1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello and welcome to AWayOfLove.com. I'm Marsha J. Noor, and today our topic is contentedness. Well, I'm not content. I have a lot of upsets. I have many gripes. I'm quite angry a lot of the time, and I'm the farthest thing often from contentedness. Still, I call myself back to it. I recognize when I'm out of contentedness. What do I think I am doing? Who do I think I am? Like a little bull in the china shop, you know, crashing through everything and saying everything's wrong and it ought to be my way. What's that little dictator within that wants to make things the way I want them to be? Or sees a complaint in everything, you know, nothing's quite perfect. I see this in others too, and I have quite a bit of judgment about them. I forgive myself for judging myself, and I forgive myself for judging others for all the ways of being that are out of contentment. I actually have found since moving to Perth, Australia, that there's quite a bit of contentment in the community. People are very family-oriented, they're very community-oriented. And they live in this space, which is a small geographic space. A lot of people say it's boring. I can't imagine how they would think it was boring. It's paradise. Oh, perhaps we do think that, as Woody Allen told us. If we don't have problems, we make them up. That was in his movie Manhattan or something. Yeah, we do make them up. Most of what we do, we make up. Whenever I find myself out of contentment, though, I call myself back to it. I recognize it. I have this little self outside myself that's watching all these ways in which I'm, you know, kicking and screaming and making noise. And I really just laugh. It's like hilarious. It's like watching a little kid have a temper tantrum or something. I'm pretty sure that the gods look at us this way too. My goodness. Devante, who is it? Dante wrote all this about all the 7 layers of hell, man. We were all there if you look at his painting, the paintings of this. Anyway, I'm not very content. It's not really a way of my being. I'm not one of these deeply earthbound women that just seem to walk in a sense of centeredness. Mostly I'm that kind of like hands all over the place, running in 5 different directions at the same time. I just have to laugh at myself. Deep down now, I do have a call to contentedness. Deep down, I have a deep receptivity to what is. Deep down, I have a deep allowing of what's so in my world and a call to forgive and release whatever it is that's showing up outside of what I had determined was my perceived ideal. The I Ching talks about this in receptivity, the receptivity of the mare, they call it. It's a very beautiful idea of the mare eating grass with her foal beside her. A beautiful imagery of contentedness. It's certainly a female quality. It's not necessarily a male, you know, run off, get it done, do it now, which many in our society today have adopted, male or female. I think it's a deepening time for men also to grow in contentedness. The woodworkers who are out there among us, who get their hands in the wood and build something as a hobby, a deep contentedness. The artists who are driven to compete not out of the drive, but out of sense of loving contentedness. Men or women. Musicians. Again, out of what calls their heart to open and share. Often these are the practices. Walking on the beach, When I was growing up, I had far less contentedness than I do now. You can only imagine. And I used to get very angry having to vacuum the house. I didn't feel it was my call. I felt it was a very sexist thing. I had a friend that said, who said that vacuuming had to be done by a woman. She said it a little bit more graphically than that. And I used to vacuum the house, and I'd be quite angry when I was doing it. I probably stirred up far more dust than I released. When I was living in the temple and doing service, I came to see that this was really an off-course attitude on my part. And instead, I chose to love and bless everything that the vacuum encountered. My experience of vacuuming then became a meditative experience. Every place that I set my eyes, every place that I put my feet, my task was to love and bless it. Love and bless everything that I encountered. Wow, this really had a huge impact on my life. That where I went from being out of contentedness into contentedness was actually working toward a role in the world as blessing everything that I touched, everything that I placed my foot upon, everything that I looked at. That is my job. This really keeps me in a much higher space when I'm able to accomplish it. When I'm choosing it, really, it's just a choice. Then my other attitude, which is getting all wrapped up in the astral body, about everything that's wrong and, stomping around as if I'm going to make a difference. It just fatigues me because nothing's right and nobody's going to get right and nobody will do it the way I want to do it. So funny. I call us to a way of contentedness and to choose whatever it is that's causing you frustration. Please acknowledge it. I don't go for burying this stuff. I like to acknowledge it, kick and scream and stomp. I like to have talks to the wall, pounds into the pillow, very dramatic pictures with the crayons. I do everything. Dig holes, bury it, freeze it, to get rid of it. It's not really serving me. It's not in my highest good. It's not in the highest good of anybody. And then I call myself forward to a way of love and contentedness. Oh, so much more joyous way of being. And probably a lot more joyful for everybody around me, I can only imagine. So I bless you in this way of contentedness, and I call us each forward to choose it. I love and forgive myself for all my foibles. I wish I was perfect. Lord knows I'm far away from that. However, I'm having fun learning how to be a little bit more contented. And I call you forward to it too. You probably have a lot more to teach me. I look forward to what you want to share with me because I've been so goofy in so many ways and so off course. So those of you who are content, please share your ways with us and allow us to see a way of love, of being more contented in our world, regardless of what's going on. We always have light and love in our heart. And we are reminded of this in many, many ways through a way of love. I welcome you at our website at AWayOfLove.com. Please download our book, Another Glimpse at Grief, Life After Life, Till Death Never Do Us Part. So we have a lot to learn from one another. and I'm open to it. Thank you for being with us at A Way of Love. I look forward to talking with you and hearing more from you on this great journey of life we share. Have a blessed day. Talk with you soon.